75% of post-warranty repairs in America happen at independent shops, a third cheaper than dealerships. Automakers are locking them out, encrypting diagnostics, and gating access behind proprietary tokens, all citing cybersecurity. But while blocking repair access, they sell your driving data to insurance companies for pennies a month. This right to repair war was never about protecting your car. What it's really about is far more profitable and personal. On a quiet side street, a small repair shop hums with activity. The owner, Maria Alvarez, has run this business for 20 years. She knows her customers by name and keeps their cars on the road long after warranties expire. But lately, Maria's confidence has been shaken. More jobs than ever are turning into dead ends, not from lack of skill, but from locked data screens and error messages that only a dealership can clear. She has watched regulars drive away, forced to pay higher prices at franchise dealers for the same repairs she once handled with ease. Maria's struggle is not unique. Across the country, independent shops like hers perform roughly 3/4 of all post-warranty repairs. That is according to a joint forecast from the Auto Care Association and the Motor and Equipment Manufacturers Association, echoed by federal reports and state testimony. These shops are the backbone of affordable car maintenance. On average, their repairs cost about a third less than those at dealerships, a difference driven by lower labor rates and smaller parts markups. For many drivers, especially in rural towns or tight budgets, that gap means keeping a car on the road instead of letting it sit idle. But the financial stakes run deeper. Industry surveys estimate that restrictions on diagnostic data cost independent shops between $2.5 and $4 billion every year. That is not just lost revenue for owners like Maria. It is higher bills for millions of Americans, fewer choices in the marketplace, and a growing sense of frustration. The numbers tell a clear story. When access closes, costs rise, and small businesses lose ground. The question that hangs over every blocked repair is simple: why did access tighten in the first place? A modern car is no longer just an engine and a set of wheels. Under the hood, a hidden network of computers and encrypted systems stands between independent mechanics and the repairs they once handled with basic tools. The first barrier is the diagnostic port, officially called OBD. While federal law requires this port for emissions checks, automakers have built proprietary extensions on top of the standard. Many brands now encrypt key commands, so a generic scanner can read basic codes but cannot access the deeper modules that control safety systems or recalibrate sensors. Manufacturer service manuals routinely state that a security key or dealer-approved tool is needed to unlock these features. Beyond the physical port, a second wall rises. Since 2020, vehicles have increasingly routed diagnostic data through a secure cloud service. This telematics gateway demands a digital token issued only to authorized dealers for authentication of every session. Without the right credentials, independent shops face a dead end. Even if a technician gets past the gateway, a third layer blocks the path. Software updates and recalibrations require firmware signed with the automaker's private cryptographic key. The car's onboard computer verifies each update's signature and rejects anything that is not factory approved. This means that even with the right hardware, independent repairers cannot install new software or patch security flaws unless the manufacturer allows it. These three layers, encrypted OBD commands, cloud-based authentication, and signed firmware, form a deliberate structure. Each step is justified as a safeguard, but together they lock out competition and keep control in the hands of automakers and their dealer networks. For drivers and independent shops, the barriers are not accidental. They are engineered obstacles designed to decide who can fix a car and at what price. Every time a modern car rolls off the lot, it becomes a rolling data generator. Sensors track speed, braking, location, and driving habits, streaming this information through a telematics module hidden deep inside the vehicle. Most drivers never see this pipeline at work. The data leaves the car wirelessly, routed to the manufacturer's servers, where it is stored, sorted, and analyzed. From there, it does not just sit in a vault for safety or maintenance. automakers have entered into contracts with data brokers, including Verisk, a company that specializes in risk analytics for the insurance industry. According to Senate investigations, manufacturers like GM, Honda, and Hyundai sold raw driving event data to Verisk at a rate of about 26 cents per vehicle per month, a figure confirmed in internal contracts and cited in federal hearings. That adds up to roughly $15 million a year from just one broker, based on 57 million connected vehicles. Privity notices from OnStar, Toyota, and Honda all acknowledge that driver behavior, GPS location, and even acceleration events are shared with third parties, often to set insurance rates. While manufacturers claim the data is anonymized, federal complaints and state attorney general investigations have challenged whether these protections are meaningful or even disclosed to consumers. The journey from dashboard to data broker is hidden in plain sight, turning everyday driving into a revenue stream, one that operates without clear consent and outside the reach of independent repair shops. This flow of information sits at the heart of the right to repair battle, revealing that the fight over diagnostics is also a fight over who profits from the data your car produces. General Motors' SEC filings show $3.2 million spent in a single year lobbying Congress on vehicle data security and right to repair issues. Ford, Stellantis, and other major automakers report over $1 billion annually in software and connected services revenue. These are not side businesses. They are central to the financial future of the industry. The same corporations that claim cybersecurity demands strict diagnostic lockdowns are quietly selling driver behavior and location data to brokers like Verisk, who then resell it to insurers. Congressional testimony and Senate letters make it plain. Manufacturers receive 26 cents per vehicle per month for raw telematics, adding up to $15 million a year from just one broker contract. When lawmakers pressed for answers, automaker executives insisted that open repair access would invite hackers, yet their own privacy disclosures admit to sharing sensitive data with third parties. The Federal Trade Commission's 2025 complaint against General Motors and OnStar called out this double standard, citing misleading enrollment processes and undisclosed data sales for insurance rate setting. Meanwhile, dealerships enroll customers in so-called connected services programs at the point of sale, often tying these sign-ups to salesperson bonuses. The paperwork buries consent in legal jargon, leaving most buyers unaware that their driving habits are being monetized. Industry lobbying has become a defensive wall, with the Alliance for Automotive Innovation pouring over $12 million into efforts to shape federal right-to-repair legislation. While automakers warn of cyber threats, their own business models depend on restricting repair access and maximizing the value of the data pipeline. The contradiction is not hidden. It is documented in public reports, SEC filings, and court records. For consumers and independent shops, the cost of this strategy is measured in higher bills, fewer choices, and a marketplace tilted by design. Massachusetts became a proving ground for the right to repair movement in 2020 when voters approved a law requiring automakers to create an open, standardized data platform for all vehicles sold from model year 2022 onward. The statute mandated that diagnostic and telematics information must be accessible to vehicle owners and independent repair shops, without dealer-issued tokens or proprietary gateways. Automakers fought back in federal court, arguing that the law forced them to disclose copyrighted software and violated the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. For nearly 4 years, the Motor and Equipment Manufacturers Association and industry groups pressed their case. In February 2025, a federal judge dismissed the lawsuit, ruling that the Massachusetts law only required functional data access, not the release of protected source code. Maine followed with its own statute, adding a requirement for a state-issued owner token, and began enforcement actions against non-compliant automakers. These state victories established that open data repair laws could survive legal attack, laying the foundation for a nationwide standard as Congress debated the Repair Act. Congress now faces a defining choice. The Repair Act, H.R. 6734, is poised for a crucial committee vote, carrying bipartisan sponsorship from Representative Catherine Clark and Representative Mike Graham. Lobbying has reached a fever pitch. Automakers and their allies have spent $12 million to influence lawmakers, while consumer coalitions have mounted a $9 million campaign in response. The stakes are not abstract. This bill would require manufacturers to provide owners and independent shops with the same diagnostic and telematics data available to dealerships. and ban the resale of that data for anything beyond repair or safety. Public power is real. Anyone can contact their House representative through the official portal, submit comments to the Federal Trade Commission rulemaking docket, or volunteer with state ballot initiatives in Illinois, New York, and Ohio. As the committee prepares for its vote, the outcome now depends on whether citizens seize these levers and demand a fair repair future. Right now, Congress is weighing the Repair Act, while automakers profit from your driving data, yet they block independent access in the name of security. This isn't just about fixing cars, it's about who controls what you own. Your move matters.